everybody. Hello, there's Miss Felina Katz, and I'm GrannyTino, and it's Netflix movie review time. Yay!
Yeah.
Yay! And before we,
Thank
before we start, Miss Felina Katz there seems to be having a lot of people that I don't recognize. Show us who you and how you got all these new people into your space.
Well, this is my cat, and he decided that when he heard you offer to send him a case of catnip, that he would invite his friends to join us.
So they've been partying.
Uh-huh.
Your pussies have been partying. Look at that. Oh, you've got a whole clan going on.
Oh, yeah. Here's a big black cat.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So there's really been a lot going on over there.
He's our Halloween cat.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that everybody enjoyed the catnips. That set me back $784.92. But you and your pussies, you're all worth it. I'm glad you were partying. And so Felina, have you been watching your movies like our sign? Hello, Felina. Oh,
Yes.
and she's got a headless one. What did you do to the body of that cat? I'm gonna call animal cruelty. Hello, animal cruelty. Felina chopped up a cat. Get over to her place right away. There's something wrong with her. Oh, I see.
No,
Yeah,
I think
Felina.
this is an accident. I found him like that.
I'm just devastated to know what's going on there now. Okay,
Poor little
put them,
thing.
we have to get right into the reports before the police get here. So, or get there. They're going to get where you are. I'm not the one chopping up cats here. Okay, so you know what we're going to talk about first. I'm going to read, we saw one that is called, these are Netflix movie reviews, people. And we watched one called, uh, what was it? Domestic Disturbance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to talk about that first. So I'll just take down my notes and then hear what you have to say, Miss Felina, and your
Yes.
entourage. Now, what can I say about Domestic Disturbance starring John Travolta and Vince Vaughn, other than it is worth seeing? We all know that John Travolta is an amazing and multifaceted actor, but when we see Vaughn, we're like all expecting him to be goofy in those comedies that he does, like that goofy side he has, and we're used to that. He does it well. But hold on to your cell phones before you call the police on this guy. His performance is mildly terrifying and completely believable. He and Travolta have a chemistry that you don't want to miss. I mean, these two, it's like the suspension of disbelief. I did not know he could play such a menacing person. As you can tell by the name of this piece, Domestic Disturbance, people, this is not a fairy tale. It is a different kind of why did you marry this guy story. Most movies about domestic violence sometimes are hard to watch, but knowing that women are still suffering at the hands of brutal men, watching these two actors work together just to me, it makes it something very different. And I think that performance of Vance's really tickled me. So I give this a 4 finger review. And again, this is coming mainly, it's not maybe not the strongest, newest story, but the performance I was taken with. So I'm giving it 4 fingers. So what did you think about that situation, Felina? What's your
Oh,
deal?
okay. Well, the film stars, like you said, John Travolta, Vince Vaughn, and Steve Buscemi. And I just love Steve Buscemi in
Me
most
too.
everything.
Thank you for
Um,
mentioning him. Yes.
yeah. So the dad is played by John Travolta, and he has a like good, loving relationship with his son, Danny. However, Danny is not taking too well to the new relationship with the mom and Rick, which is
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, the new guy in town isn't liked by the kid ever.
No, no. The new guy in town has money and he's like just got an attitude too. So they are soon to be married, and Danny keeps getting into trouble, fights at school, and he upsets his mom all the time.
They
So
all do.
Frank, John Travolta, the dad, he decides to convince him to go to the wedding because Danny didn't want to go to the wedding. And, the dad said that he would actually go to this other wedding that where he was married to this woman, which is kind of odd, don't you think?
You know, I would think because usually people that are divorced or something, they don't want anything to do with that. But I think John Travolta was really just trying to be a really good guy
Yeah, definitely.
for
That's
his
his
son.
thing.
He was
Yeah,
doing it for his son.
right. That's what he did for his son. So at the wedding, Steve Buscemi shows up and he was uninvited,
Isn't he always? I mean,
pretty much.
nobody ever invites Steve any place. He's just too scary.
Pretty much.
He's been
So
working with
Steve,
Tarantino too much.
oh yeah. So he wasn't really being that scary. He had a reason to show up, and
Now, don't
he
tell us what it is. Don't give away what. Don't give that
and
away.
I am not telling you what it is. That's for sure. I learned my lesson. So anyway, he um oh yeah, the reason he showed up was because he wanted something from
Don't do it.
Rick. And so anyway, Danny learns that his mom is pregnant and it's with Rick's baby, no less. And he's very upset. So
Shocker.
yeah, so he gets involved with Rick and Ray, and it turns out to be extremely rather violent. I thought it was great photography of the sailing boats and everything. That it was really kind of neat to watch that, and it was Frank's business at the time. Acting is really really good, but it's a typical family drama with violence thrown in. I give it like 3 cat paws.
There you go. 3 cat paws. So there is it. But yeah, I really, I just like I said, I couldn't get over. There's something about that quiet persona of his that's just very menacing. It's
Hmm.
like how sometimes the person who's yelling and screaming, sometimes you're really not that afraid of them because they're all talk. When somebody's kind of quiet and just looking at you, and you know that they're evil, that brings a whole other thing to the movie. So yeah, okay. So Miss Katz gave it 4 paws or whatever she does, and I gave it 4. No, 3. I'm sorry, 3, and I gave it 4 fingers. Okay. And Felina, I haven't done this to you in a long time. So okay. So that was good. So we did that. So people, you'll want to see it. You
Yeah,
really
yeah,
will.
it's good to see.
Yeah. So now, the next movie that we watched, I'm just going to do this one because it's the Chicago 7, and I just
Hmm.
want to do mine really fast because, to be honest, when we watched this a while ago when we were going to review it, but our last show was so long, we saved it for this one. Well, I actually cut out most of my review because I realized I was getting so political and ranting, and people don't want to know about it. So, what I'm going to say about if you haven't seen the Chicago 7 yet, the film is based on the infamous 1969 trial of 7 defendants charged by the federal government with conspiracy and more from the countercultural protests in Chicago at the 1968 Democratic National Convention. And that's basically what I got from the internet, because then there's my review, which I have a big X. I have a big X going through that. That means that it got Marguerite's Granny Tino's feathers ruffled. But what I will say is this movie serves as a reminder that we cannot blindly trust the government that is
Hmm.
greedy and self-serving. And the movie is a hard lesson in history, and everyone in this country should watch it because it is the truth. and
Yeah.
the truth must be learned. So
Yeah.
I give this, because of that, I give this a five-finger rating because, the movies can really help us to get to the truth. Writers do, and this really does. It's just the truth. So you have to learn things and make your own decisions, and don't be a sheep, people. Make your own decisions. So what did you think about that, Felina? What was your take on that?
So I thought it was like a very suspenseful and sometimes eloquent drama. And it delved into the 1960s era of anti-war activists and these flawed heroes that decided to go to protest at the Democratic National Convention. And the students went and they were becoming disillusioned because of what LBJ was doing. He was raising the draft and having more and more people from the ages 18 to 24 go to Vietnam, and people were getting just really sick of it. Really was put off to be like a conspiracy by the judgment and everything, and it was not a conspiracy at all, but just because they crossed state lines, they use this as sort of a backdoor to get them involved and prosecute.
Yeah.
It was very stupid.
I'll tell you, there's nothing as stupid as this government when it is run by corrupt Republicans. That's all I'm going to say.
I thought
Okay.
Sacha Cohen was just excellent,
Yeah.
and all the actors were really, really good
Oh,
in it.
they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
excellent casting, fantastic acting, and I give it five cattails.
Wow, we've got a five from Felina. And that's, people, that's when you know it's really something you want to see, because she's very hard, a hard teacher. She's a hard grader, but we both gave this one five. It
Yeah,
takes a lot more to impress Felina because she's a cat. Cats are very smart, and so I have to give the cat her due. So
yeah,
that was really good. So
this
yeah, I think we both agree on that one. And the actors and all, the actors really make everything. I mean,
mhm.
you have good actors. Even a movie that's not really that great is good. But the truth-telling movies, everybody has to see. Okay, so now I'm gonna just you were talking a lot, so I'm gonna read this first the third time because I'm Granny Tino and I'm not getting any younger here, so I've got to jump in when I can. Now, the third movie that we saw, everyone, was Blue Miracle, and this is the perfect movie for this true story, starring Dennis Quaid and Jimmy Gonzalez. Now, both actors, as well as the rest of the cast, like Samantha always says, Miss Katz always says, gave excellent performances. And then you take knowing this is a story basically about a group of orphans living in Cabo San Lucas. Now, the scenery alone makes this movie worth seeing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know you're going to say that too, because it was just such a beautiful, beautiful environment. And it's that alone. If you didn't even like it, you would like it because of the topography. Now, with many ups and downs, this story immediately pulls you into it and encourages everyone to fall in love with all the characters, even the grumpy captain, and who he has a local fishing boat. But the ever-talented Dennis Quaid really brings him to life in a light that makes us understand him and just adore him and everybody. I know it's a good movie, and this is true, Felina. I know I'm watching a really good movie when at no point do I take the remote control or whatever else I have going on, my fast forward, and move it forward. This movie, I just sat there riveted and I watched every bit of it. And so, up and I watched it. So, anyway, I highly suggest that you put this on your Netflix to view watch paper, and another one, Five Fingers, because and again, it's a true story. You just have to see it. There's more about it, but we don't want to give too much away. So, really, if you like to feel good, see this movie. What about you, Felina? You give us your view on this.
Okay. Well, it's loosely based on a true story about a fishing village in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. And Omar, the guardian, and his wife are trying to save an all-boys orphanage because it was damaged during that big hurricane in 2014. So they team up with Wade, played by Dennis Quaid, to enter a fishing competition and use hope in the hope of getting the money, winning, and they would use that to fix up the orphanage for the boys.
Marilyn says she agrees with you.
Yeah. So it's an uplifting film, and we see the boys getting some really good life lessons, some important ones about things that, you know, they should be involved in, and they are involved in. And it's a little bit predictable, but my cat was amazed when he saw the size of that fish they, you know.
Oh, was your cat captivated? Look, Marilyn gives it a touchdown.
He thought it was dinner.
Oh, did you have to give him fish for dinner that night?
Oh, I give him whatever comes out of the box.
Oh, okay.
And his treats. He thinks his
Okay.
treats are like
I
cookies.
think people, we want to go adopt Felina's cats. I don't know that they're getting the right nutrition over there.
Oh. No, he'd say are.
She's throwing boxes at her pussy. Is he there? Are you looking for the live one?
Yeah, he's right here. He's watching this.
Oh, I wish we could see him. Does he let
Well,
you pick him up?
Oh, then he'll run.
Okay. So I interrupted your report again because I'm GrannyTino. That's what I do. So finish and tell us what you gave this.
Okay, I thought it was good, but a little bit predictable. But I gave it 4 cattails.
Ooh, ooh. I guess Miss Felina doesn't want to feel that good. Well, okay, so she says it's predictable. I say just the opposite, but you know, watch it yourself and make your own decisions. So I think that's it. We did it again. So you give that a 4 and I give it a 5. And you know, I actually hear from people that listen to us and they do. They watched movies based on what we say. So
Yeah.
there you go. Go figure. Some people really need help.
I got my cat shirt on too.
You have your cat shirt on. I am so Oh, look at that. Look at you. Wait, I'm going to put you on the big view so everybody can see that. Go stand up and say something. Stand up, say something.
Hello, cat time.
Oh,
Kitty
hey.
time.
Okay, so now we've seen your chest and we've heard your reviews, the good ones, the stinky ones, all the ones. So we're going to be saying goodbye to everybody. So meow meow. We'll have Marilyn say goodbye. Marilyn says goodbye to all your cats.
Bye,
Bye.
Marilyn.
Okay, we're gonna go
Bye.
now. Keep watching Netflix. We love you. We don't get paid for saying that. We just really, really love Netflix movies. Okay,
Yeah.
everybody? So we're saying
Bye.
goodbye. Have a very good day, Felina.
Okay, you too.